Michael's heart raced as he answered the call. On the other end of the line was Max, his college buddy and partner in crime during their youthful days of mischief and carefree living. Their laughter flowed like old times, bridging the gap of years spent apart. Memories surfaced of their pranks, all-night study sessions, and the unbreakable camaraderie they had shared. "It's been way too long, buddy," Max exclaimed warmly. "We need to catch up with Alex too. Let's plan a reunion just like the good old days." Michael grinned. "You're right. It's time. Let's make it happen. And bring your wife or girlfriend," Max added cheerfully. "It'll be a big family affair. Alex and I are excited to meet the lucky lady who stole your heart." The excitement in Michael's face froze. His thoughts spiraled. Max didn't know Michael was single, too immersed in his demanding career to build meaningful relationships. For a fleeting moment, he considered coming clean, but the idea of admitting his solo status to his happily married friends filled him with unease. Before he could stop himself, he blurted, "Of course, my fiancée and I wouldn't miss it." As the call ended, Michael felt the weight of his lie settle. Alone in his spacious office, he began pacing. How could he fabricate a fiancée in just 2 weeks? His mind scanned through possibilities, but each idea seemed less plausible than the last. The next day at work, Michael evaluated potential candidates among his female colleagues. There was the cheerful receptionist, but her youthful exuberance made her an unlikely choice. The poised marketing manager lacked the warmth he needed. The IT specialist, with her quirky style, was charming, but too unconventional to fit the image he wanted to present. One by one, his mental list dwindled to nothing. Defeated, Michael slumped into his leather chair, frustration washing over him. His lonely, work-focused existence mocked him. Just as he was about to abandon the idea altogether, a soft knock on the door pulled him out of his thoughts. "Come in," he called, straightening his tie. The door opened, revealing Christina, the office cleaner. Her warm smile lit up the room, and her hazel eyes sparkled with kindness. Michael had noticed her before, but never truly seen her. She entered, pushing her cleaning cart, her melodic voice filling the space. "Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson," she greeted. "I hope I'm not disturbing you." "Not at all," Michael replied, suddenly captivated by her presence. "And please call me Michael." As Christina began her work, Michael struck up a conversation. They talked about books, life's challenges, and their dreams. Christina spoke lovingly of her son, Evan, her face lighting up with pride as she described his curious mind and kind heart. Michael found himself enchanted by her sincerity and the depth of her spirit. As they chatted, an idea began to form in Michael's mind. Could Christina be the answer to his dilemma? "Christina," he said hesitantly, "I have a rather unusual proposition for you." Michael explained his predicament, the upcoming reunion, his fabricated fiancée, and the need for someone to help him maintain the illusion. He offered to compensate her generously and invited her to bring Evan along to make it more believable. Christina's eyes widened in surprise. I don't know what to say," she stammered. "It feels dishonest, and I wouldn't want to deceive your friends." Michael nodded. "I understand, but think of it as a temporary arrangement. It's also a chance for Evan to experience something new, a weekend getaway that could be an adventure for both of you." Christina hesitated. The thought of giving her son a memorable weekend was tempting, and she couldn't deny the kindness Michael had always shown toward everyone at work. Taking a deep breath, she said, "All right, I'll do it. For Evan and for you." The days leading up to the reunion were transformative. Christina and Evan moved into Michael's grand mansion for a trial run. The opulence of the house amazed them. Evan's laughter echoed through the vast hallways as he explored, his eyes wide with wonder. Christina brought a warmth to the house that Michael hadn't realized he was missing. She filled the space with the comforting aroma of home-cooked meals, freshly baked bread, simmering stews, and decadent desserts. Her meticulous touch transformed the once sterile mansion into a home, with colorful flowers and cozy accents bringing life to the rooms. Evenings were spent playing board games and sharing stories. Michael, who once thought of his house as merely a place to sleep, found himself looking forward to every moment with Christina and Evan. He loved helping Evan with his homework, watching the boy's face light up with understanding. Late-night conversations with Christina became a highlight of his day, their connection deepening with each passing moment. When the reunion weekend arrived, Christina looked radiant in a flowing sundress, her hair cascading in soft waves. Michael stood beside her, his hand resting gently on the small of her back. Together they greeted Max, Alex, and their families, their chemistry convincing even the most skeptical eyes. Christina charmed everyone with her grace and kindness. She listened intently to their stories, asked thoughtful questions, and shared a warmth that won everyone over. By the end of the first evening, Max's wife turned to Michael and whispered, "You're a lucky man." The highlight of the evening came when Christina sat at the grand piano. At first hesitant, she let her fingers glide across the keys, filling the room with a hauntingly beautiful melody. The guests were mesmerized by her talent, their applause thunderous as she finished. Michael's heart swelled with pride and admiration. As the weekend ended, Michael dreaded the thought of saying goodbye. When he found Christina packing her belongings, a lump formed in his throat. "Christina," he said softly, "I don't want you to go. What started as a charade has become real for me. You and Evan have filled a void in my life that I didn't even know existed. I want us to be a family." Tears filled Christina's eyes. "Michael, I feel the same. Being here has felt like home, but I'm scared. I don't want to get hurt." Michael took her hands. "I'm willing to take the leap if you are. Let's build a life together, a real one, filled with love and joy." With tears streaming down her face, Christina nodded. "Yes, Michael, I want that too." From that day on, the mansion was no longer just a house. It was a home filled with laughter, love, and the promise of a beautiful future. Michael had finally found what he had been searching for all along, a family to call his own.